Good afternoon, William Floyd Elementary School families. I am Dr. Faciana.
And I am Mrs. Ennis.
We have missed you all greatly and are looking forward to the start of the 2021 school year. While the start of the year will look vastly different from past years, we can assure you that teaching your child, both in person and remotely, will be both a privilege and an honor as we work together to do what is best for all of our learners. Our goal here today is to give you information about our building-specific entry plans and to answer any questions that were submitted to us. The district entry plan was shared with the community last week, and we are going to address details specific to our building today. This plan is fluid and flexible, and we'll be revisiting certain areas on a daily basis to ensure optimum results. As we are sure you can understand and appreciate, there are countless components to safely reopening our school building, while adhering to the guidelines provided to us by the state. We ask for patience, grace, and flexibility as we work together. We can assure you that the all-encompassing health, safety, and well-being of our entire school community is our top priority. We are focused on our students and staff's safety, social and emotional health, and academic growth at all times throughout the day, both in person and remotely. I would like to begin by describing our instructional practices surrounding hybrid and remote learning. As you are aware, the district is offering hybrid as well as remote learning for all of our students. Your child will be assigned to a specific grade level classroom, whether he or she attends hybrid or full virtual learning. The classroom teacher will be creating developmentally appropriate instruction based on what he or she is teaching in the class. If your child is a hybrid learner, they will be receiving an in-person instruction 2 days a week and virtual instruction for the remaining 3 days of the week. If your child is a full remote learner, they will be receiving virtual instruction 5 days a week. In this schedule, your child stays with the same teacher for the full year, regardless of the model. Each classroom teacher will have their own Google Classroom where students will be engaged during the virtual lesson. Grade level teams will be posting videos daily, one for ELA and one for math, with social studies and science integrated within. Students will be encouraged to engage in these lessons prior to their scheduled virtual meeting time with their teacher for the day. During the virtual meeting with your child's teacher, they will be engaged in a small group discussion with their teacher and other virtual peers, aligning to either their learning targets for the day and the assignment posted within their Google Classroom. These sessions will not be recorded and posted. We will continue to use the Pearson platform for our mathematics instruction. Although there is an opportunity to work directly with the teacher on a daily basis, if your child cannot access a device during this time, he or she can complete the work at another time that day. Teachers will be reaching out to introduce themselves, get your best contact information, and familiarize you with the procedures for the virtual learning to set the stage for a successful start of the school year. Our self-contained special education population will be participating in full in-person learning 5 days a week, unless the family has opted for their child to receive remote learning. Next, Ms. Ennis will discuss classroom setup, specials, and breakfast and lunch.
In order to comply with regulations while students are in their classroom, they will be sitting at a desk 6 feet away from their peers. All of the desks in the classroom will be facing the same direction, which will be faced towards the focal point for instruction. Desks will be deep cleaned between each cohort's use. Students will be keeping their desk belongings, such as notebooks, folders, and writing utensils, in their personal bin. Coats and backpacks will be stored based on teacher discretion and classroom configuration. We will no longer have carpets in any of our classrooms. Classrooms will be deep cleaned on Wednesdays when the students are not participating in person instruction. During the first week of school, when our A cohort students are in on Wednesday, the classrooms will be deep cleaned at night. In reference to specials, each of our special area teachers will have a Google Classroom where students will be able to participate in their special for the day, whether it is physical education, art, or music. For students participating in the hybrid option, they will attend art, music, or physical education according to the master schedule for the days that they are in person. For our full remote learners, as well as those students that are participating in a virtual hybrid day, The special area teachers will be posting a video for their students along with an activity to complete. For students who will be engaging in in-person learning for specials, we would like to reassure parents that we are limiting the use of shared supplies, and the art room, music room, or gymnasium will be cleaned prior to the entry of another group of students. Students will follow a staggered, designated route for specials to avoid clustering in the hallways. Since PE and music will require 12 feet of social distancing for aerobic activities, singing activities, they may be outside, weather permitting, or in other large available space. Those departments are also making curriculum changes to accommodate when they cannot meet those 12 feet requirements. As for breakfast and lunch, breakfast will be delivered to the classroom to eliminate gathering and lines in the cafeteria. Unfortunately, students will no longer be permitted to enter the building early as there will not be staff available to monitor social distancing. We will only be serving breakfast in the classrooms. As for lunch, students will not be wearing masks while eating. Students can bring their own lunch from home or have the school lunch. At Floyd Elementary, a few classes each day on a rotating basis will eat lunch in the cafeteria, while all other classes will eat lunch in their classrooms. Regarding snacks, students should bring a snack for themselves and a bottle of water each day. As for recess, students will be permitted to use the playground and will be following a rotating schedule so that one class is on it at a time. Students will be participating in recess stations and will be required to wear masks. Next, Dr. Fastiana will discuss support services, attendance, and mask requirements.
In order to support our remote learners in both the full remote option as well as the hybrid option, students will not be receiving reading, LLI, or math AIS services for the first stage of reopening. Mandated resource room as well as E&L services will continue to be scheduled daily and will be both in-person and virtual based on your child's schedule. All students with IEPs will have all goals addressed and mandated services will be provided as prescribed. Related services such as OT, PT, and speech will be scheduled both in person and virtual. We will attempt to schedule those services for students while they are in school to the extent possible, although this may not be entirely possible based on scheduling. There will be conflicts in the number of services a child has. For those who are full virtual students, services will be scheduled virtually. As for attendance, attendance will remain as is for our in-person learners. We are highly attuned to our families, so many of the structures put in place can be flexibly accommodated to support our working parents or those who have multiple children sharing a device. Attendance for our full remote and hybrid learners will be indicated by completed Google Classroom assignments on each day. In regards to mask requirements, in order to keep students healthy and safe, students and staff are expected to wear their masks even when socially distanced. However, teachers will schedule realistic mask breaks based on the developmental appropriateness. Students must wear a mask when riding the school bus, walking through the hallways of school, and transitioning to and from specials in their classrooms. Teachers will also be working with students to help identify when they would need a mask break throughout the day as well. Next, Ms. Ennis will discuss health, safety, and cleaning procedures.
Please make sure you complete the daily health survey on the parent portal every morning before your child comes to school. If your child is not screened prior to coming to school, the nurse will have to screen them at school. Each classroom has a hand sanitizer pump as well as disinfectant sanitizer for teacher use as needed. Students will have access to wash their hands as needed. We are no longer permitting celebratory foods for birthdays or holidays in the building. Please do not send in cupcakes or treats to celebrate your child's birthday, as we are no longer sharing food items at this time. Students will not have access to the water fountains in the building. We do encourage children to bring their own reusable water bottle from home. We have 2 filtered water stations that students can use to fill their water bottles as needed throughout the day. Our nurse's office will have an isolation area which will keep students who could be exhibiting symptoms of COVID away from the rest of the school community. If a child is exhibiting symptoms of COVID, the nurse will call you to immediately pick your child up from school. If the school nurse suspects COVID, you must provide a doctor's note and evidence of a negative COVID test in order to return to school. No parents or visitors are permitted in the building. As for safety and cleaning, our custodial staff will be highly diligent in regard to their cleaning both throughout the school day and after hours. Each Wednesday, the building will be undergoing a deep cleaning while it is not occupied by students. While in the building, our students can expect to see our custodians throughout the course of the day in the hallways as well as in their classrooms, disinfecting doorknobs and frequently touched surfaces in an effort to maintain a safe and clean environment. There have been new accountability and tracking procedures put into place to ensure that all areas in the building are cleaned and sanitized on a regular and consistent basis. We recognize the increased importance of our custodial staff's contributions to our school community. Our custodians are ready to take that role on. They have been given the resources to complete the job effectively and to keep our school community as safe as possible. Next, Dr. Graziano will discuss hallways, bathrooms, arrival, and dismissal procedures.
In an effort to socially distance our students, traffic patterns will be established in our hallways that limit the possibility of students crossing paths. In many cases, services and resources typically provided outside of the classroom will be delivered to the classroom to limit the amount of times that students have to leave their classroom space. Students will maintain social distancing. When navigating our hallways, and masks will be worn. We will have strict sign-out procedures in place to limit the amount of students using the bathroom at any given time. To the extent possible, we will have staff members monitoring the amount of students occupying each bathroom when feasible. The teachers will be working with their colleagues who share their hallway to provide staggered bathroom breaks to ensure that these spaces remain uncrowded and monitored. As for arrival and dismissal procedures, during bus arrival, faculty members will be present outside. Students will be asked to leave the bus one at a time and enter the building in one of three locations: the K-1 door, the second grade door, and the third through fifth grade door. Once in the building, faculty members will be present in each hallway to ensure social distancing and assist students so they get to their classrooms safely. During parent drop-off, faculty members will be present outside. There will be two parent drop-off locations, the front loop and the north parking lot. Parents will drop off their child in one of two locations, and they will enter the building through one of two marked doors. Once in the building, faculty members will be present in each hallway to ensure social distancing and assist students so they get to their classrooms safely. During bus dismissal, teachers will walk each of their students to their assigned bus. During parent pickup, parents will wait at one of two marked doors by the cafeteria. Students will be in one of two locations separated by grade level to ensure social distancing. After a parent signs out their child, a faculty member will escort their child to the parent's location. Lastly, I would like to close with some important information. The William Floyd School District will be changing its first day of school to September 8th, 2020. We are diligently working on creating the complex hybrid schedule, ensuring our facilities are ready and working on staffing. It is important to note that Wednesday, September 9th, will be an in-person day for hybrid students on the A schedule. This will be the only Wednesday hybrid students will attend. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Meet the Teacher Night will be held virtually. Please set up Parent Portal to be sure to complete the daily parent survey before school each day your child is in attendance. The Parent Portal will open on August 24th. A mailing will be sent home shortly thereafter, which will include important information about your child's schedule, bus stops, and school procedures. Please work with your child to prepare for attending school, show them what 6 feet apart looks like, and work with them in wearing appropriate face coverings in preparation for school. We hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. We look forward to welcoming all of our William Floyd Elementary students back to school in a few weeks.